What's going on, everybody? My name is George, and welcome to 69 Baja Outdoors. So I've been getting a lot of fan mail, emails about different sections on the car, how I did this, how I did that, and these are coming back from older videos that I've done. So I figured it was time to do another walkthrough of things that I have done over the past year. So without further ado, let's get to it. One of the things that I get a lot are the headlights. People inquiring about the headlights. These were purchased on eBay. They are nothing more than 7-inch Jeep headlights. They did not come with any brackets. I did have to build these brackets, and these are the original boots for Volkswagen, and it just coincidentally lined up perfectly with everything else. So they just kind of fit. So this is my headlight bracket. I did have to run this down to the bumper because my headlights were bouncing around so much. They were vibrating on the top of the hood here. I do have a pair of Hella super tone horns. They're pretty loud, and unfortunately at the moment they are disconnected because I have a grounding issue in the steering column, which I have yet to address. We did add some peanut turn signals to the car. I'm actually using them for running lights. Don't remember the manufacturer, but I think these were purchased as a 10-pack or a 12-pack, and that's what I ran, or a 10-pack, I'm sorry. So I ran 5 in each side of the bumper. Something else I've added, just because, I mean, you never know. Built the sidebars. These are done out of 1/2-inch black iron, so they're pretty stout. I stand on them all the time. And this is nothing more than a galvanized 90 that was cut. I actually had to grind it down so it was kind of a smooth transition. I didn't want a huge radius here. I wanted a sharp radius, and that seemed to be the only way I could get it. This radius was done in my bender, so I like them. They come out pretty good. Another thing that we've had to do over the years was add some stabilization to my shock towers. And that in itself, I don't know if you can see that bar there is welded to the back side of that, and then ties in, which you can't see, ties in with my package tray reinforcement. And all of my rattling for my shocks is gone. So that was a huge plus. I do have 930 CV joints, 3x3 trailing arms, CV Performance rear discs as well as front discs. I still have some leaks on my valve covers, but they are leaking from these O-rings, and what a pain in the ass it is to get those to seal. It's only dripping a little bit, so I haven't been too concerned with it. So these are the Keepa carbs. Apparently I've got a leak. Not a bad leak, but a leak nonetheless. But those carbs are still doing fantastic. They actually gave me a huge horsepower increase compared to the 44 IDFs that I had on there. These are 48 IDF clones, and man, for 125 bucks a carb, I can't beat it. They're great. We did do this. We added the fart can. Don't remember if you all remember the fart can video, but it's safely tucked away in there, nice and neat. It's quiet, it's not obnoxious. We did have a nasty leak here on the old oil adapter. That has been taken care of. We added some new hose, as well as something else I guess I should mention. When you're doing an oil change, make sure you put some rare earth magnets on there. They're cheap. You get them at Home Depot. Just stick them on there, because any type of metal that goes through your system will be trapped in the oil filter. I've got a couple of them on here. There's another one here, one here. I think Yeah, there's one right here on the bottom. When you're doing fuel filters, if you look, you'll see that I have mine safety wired so they don't pull apart. I know you can't really see it at the moment. Let me see if I can twist it around so you guys can get a good look at it. Of course not, it's on the other side. You can see the wire there. That is so if these by any chance pull out, that safety wire should hold it together. So here is the oil cooler that we put on, as well as the new black hose, AN10 fittings, and I do believe I'm getting rid of this thermostat. I'm going to pick up a pair of male-to-male AN10 fittings, and we're going to eliminate the thermostat and see if my overheating issue goes away. So one of the things I've done in some of my older videos, we did the upper light brackets. We welded up this new bracket to kind of face them downward. It works beautiful. So far so good in that aspect. So no issues there. I have added somehow I've managed to find a stock black mirror at a swap meet. Go figure, because I didn't know they came in black. I also didn't know that the door handles came in black, but these were purchased off of CIP1. They're not very weather friendly because they were already starting to fade, but they're black, they're not chrome. So one of the things that I do have to do is open the door from the inside. That will be an oncoming video because I'm really not looking forward to popping this door panel off and replacing the lock mechanism. When I originally built the car 5 years ago, I had a series, I had 10 switches here, and it was an aluminum dash. I didn't have a cutout for the glove box because, well, I mean, it's kind of where I store some extra stuff. Matter of fact, we'll open this up right now. Of course I can't, right, because of that. This is where I usually store my phone at. Holy smokes. So, spare fuel filter, and this is the operating cable for the winch, which also has a plug right inside here. You can see that. And I always carry extra stickers and stuff in there, as well as, you know, the usual stuff. The old Cobra 29 LTD Classic, can't go wrong with that. My boost gauge doesn't work. Obviously. For those of you that know, I don't have a turbo on here, but I did plan to put one in. It never made it on the car. Maybe down the road, because it does need a little bit of help in the boost department, going up hills and stuff in fourth gear. But these are stock 914 gauges. My buddy Eric hooked me up with this wheel. Eric, thank you so much for that. And I do have a push button start, as well as 12 volt outlet. And I have a couple of, I got a 2.1 amp and a 1 amp USB charge. I do have a fire extinguisher, and because you can never go anywhere without a crash axe. I mean, you never know, but it's there if I need it. Also, my under door lighting, which I haven't ran because it seems like every time I go somewhere, I leave the doors open, and lo and behold, my battery's dead over the next couple of days. These are all of my spare fuses. Not all of them, actually. So this is the stock fuse. I wish I had cut a notch or something in here because there's two fuses I really can't get to. Hopefully I won't be needing those. And there is another set of fuses here up underneath, as well as a grounding strip. Some of them aren't being used. This is for my LED lighting. I just pulled the fuse out so I don't have to worry about killing the damn battery. And on that note, overhead, my GoPro mount, and these are all the switches for the lights. I mean, they all work. greatly. Every light on this car is on right now. It's crazy, but we don't need to do that, do we? But they're pretty bright. I haven't really done much where I've needed them, but onto the rear of the car. And here we do have a blow punk system with 2 more MB quart 6.5s and tweets. And if you guys want to see the nasty part of the car, would be the wiring. This thing is a huge pain in the ass to close. I didn't vacuum in here, obviously. I've actually just come back from a road trip. But when we open this up, now we have, this is my attack adapter, my ignition, my CDI ignition, and my trailer wiring. Now the whole car runs off of this trailer wiring, or I should say the whole rear of the car anyway. And then up here I have a whole series of quick disconnects where I tie everything together. And I will be doing dual batteries soon. This is a complete disaster, all of this wiring in here. I wasn't done, but I wanted to get the car on the road. I wanted to start driving it, and once I started driving it, all of this stuff just kind of got buttoned up and stuffed in the hole. So, you know, down the road, I'm going to get a second battery. I have not used a lot of these cables sitting here are for the winch, which is not connected. I can connect it if I'm in a pinch, but I didn't want to run it without having a dual battery system in here. So, that being said, that's pretty much it in a nutshell, and I hope that answers a lot of questions. Don't mind my mess in here, you know, spare parts and things of that nature. So I hope that answers a lot of questions. I don't really know what else to go over. Something that I haven't shown you, this is where the fuel fill is. It is a dog bowl. Yes, it is a stainless steel dog bowl. It did not work out as well as I had hoped, but it does work. And that is that. The other one was going to be for a water unit, so I'd be able to hose off the kayaks and things of that nature. And that has not been done. But I do have my relay board in there. This is the relay board for all of the lights and a couple other accessories, as well as my stock fuse panel, the push button start relay, which is starting to give me issues, and I think I'm gonna have to utilize one of these relays for that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's pretty much about it. And last but not least, my limb risers. The limb risers were a nice addition. They, I don't go out in the woods too often with it. It's not as much as I'd like to, but I have tested them and they work out pretty damn good. Except when my reels are up here, obviously. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, by all means, make a comment, and I'll be happy to show you guys something. If you want to see something more in depth, I'll be happy to create a video just for you. So with that being said, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all be good to one another, and until next time, we'll catch y'all on the flip side.